Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the last day of Thunder League group stages. Yes, today is the 5th of January, and we are seeing the last matches of this group stage. My name is Michael Swoom, and I'm joined here by the amazing, who now has a awesome webcam, the Orange Doom.
Which won't be used until Friday, but after that, hopefully every single time that we are streaming, as long as when I'm streaming on my own. Now, I mean, yeah, it's the last day of the group stage. I kind of feel a bit sad. This past 2 weeks just flew by. Me, Mike, and Sean have had a fantastic time, or Sean, Mike, and I, as those who are grammar Nazis will correct me. Today we got a couple of matches between teams as Team and Dislike and Poltergeist, but also Dynamite, Arcade, and last but not least, Think and Verve, which should be an interesting match. The ex-Thunder Cup champions and the, well, maybe slightly biased towards my squadron.
I gotta say, Orange, your squadron has been doing very well. They're currently on 2nd place in the standings. If they win this battle against Verve and Dislike loses this battle against Poltergeist, both teams are going to be even up. Even though Dislike did win against Fink, so they are actually going to be just a tad higher. Now, as you can see on the standings, Dislike is currently leading the group stage with 21 points. It seems like they are going to actually finish this off as the first place in the group stage, which is going to make them have a major advantage in the later playoffs. They're basically just going to skip 3 games right away. In 2nd place, we have Dynamite currently with 18 points. Dynamite, a very strong team as well. They yesterday won against GOF in a 3-1 landslide, which was actually unexpected. We were kind of expecting to play, well, Dynamite on Poland, GOF on Eastern Europe, and it did happen. But Dynamite actually managed to beat GOF on Eastern Europe, something that doesn't happen too often. In 3rd place, we have Orange's squadron, Fink squadron, the only international squadron, so to speak. Purely European squadron, 18 points, very strong team as well, but the Crazy Crab just completely annihilated them yesterday, which was so awesome to see. I'm sorry, Orange. I'm so sorry.
It happens. I mean, I gotta say, the Crab team, Dislike, they've been playing insanely well lately. Fantastic performance.
This is actually interesting. It's actually a toss-up between Fink and Verve as to who is going to end up in the top 3 of this group stage. And the funny thing is, they're going to play against each other in the last match of today. So whoever wins the last match is going to be in the top 3.
Yep, and I think that Verve is going to try their best. We've seen some matches. I remember them back from Thunder Cup, from Verve and Think, and it was insane. I mean, because you're looking at 2 teams that not just have great tactics, but know how to adapt. And this is something we discussed a lot. Think, both as Verve, love to take on the tactics and the challenge that the enemy team is going to possess and turn it around, bring it back at the enemy team. So, for example, when Think was playing with Arcade, they used their own tactic against them to defeat them.
Indeed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what Thunder League is, and if you don't, what are you even doing here? We've been streaming for 16 days, over 2 weeks of content streaming. Where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? Is your name Patrick? I don't know. Now, you can actually win stuff by watching these streams. Do you want to know how? Of course you do. All you have to do is go to Warthunder.pro, go to the Streams tab, and log in with your in-game account. Now, this is causing a lot of confusion, but you do not have to have the stream running. You just have to keep the Streams tab open and logged in. And Master Zerba Claus is going to give away stuff during these streams. Now, the things you can win include, but are not limited to, Silver Line Boosters, Research Points, 3 days of Premium Account, 100 Golden Eels, and one of the unique falling vehicles. We have a Premium BF109 E7. Oh, it's amazing. You have the M24 Chevy with APCR rounds and a special camo. Sadly not a premium, but still an amazing tank. You have the P51A Mustang, which seems to be a premium as well. We have the Russian premium version of the Panther, called the Panther T5, or as
the Panther Television.
Exactly. PTV. More music than an MTV. Copyright. And finally, we have the RBT5 mighty Dumbo rocket tank with 2 250-kilogram rockets, which can destroy a mouse in 1 shot. If you hit, they're not exactly easy to aim. So guys, if you want to grab one of those prizes, make sure you're logged into Warthunder.pro on the Streams tab with your in-game account. And maybe you're lucky. Maybe you're lucky. The names of the winners are going to be displayed at the bottom of the stream every time we are going to give something away, so look out for your name.
I'm going to be screaming out giveaways, whenever it happens, so you can't miss it, trust us.
Indeed. Now, first round is on jungle. Interesting choice, given that this is pretty much Dislike's home turf. Dislike having the mascot of a crab. Crabs like to hang out in beach areas and in jungles. This is pretty much just home territory for Dislike here. But interestingly, Dislike has only spawned in one vehicle so far. Johnny Candy V49G6. And
there's no enemies to fight, and he doesn't have any kind of rockets, just gun pods.
Oh, Spotbot just spawned in as well. It seems like Dislike is just taking this. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, this is insanity. This is the definition of insanity. I didn't think we were gonna see this.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Thunder League, we see a complete team of aircraft. What is this madness?
Oh my god!
What is this madness?
I've been waiting for this all my life. My life is complete.
Johnny K goes down. Johnny K goes down. But there's still 6 B49G6 with rockets left.
Look, and they all got smoke on. This is glorious.
Honestly, someone cue the Flight of the Valkyrie music right now. But so here's the thing. Dislike was waiting for Poltergeist to all spawn in to see what kind of tanks they were taking out. And Poltergeist did very well in taking out 2 Ostwinds, which can and are destroying the Dislike forces one by one. So maybe this tactic bit him back. It doesn't look like...
this is a type of bold tactic that could either win you the match in minutes or completely lose it. I'm glad I see this, because this is purely Dislike. The only team that could ever do this is Dislike.
Honestly, this is Arcade Tactics 2.0. Arcade Squad normally goes for the all-out just slaughter fest, but these guys, they do not care. They just don't care. Complete team of aircraft. We have never seen this before in Fun League. And it's working. The funny thing is, it's working. Poltergeist is falling apart.
Yeah, nobody's even capped yet.
Yeah.
This could be the birth of the best. And look, Johnny and Smokeball Shadow both died, still haven't respawned. Hell, they might go with another wave of planes. It's not impossible.
They might go with the wall of
SM79 grocery stores.
Look, I never seen this before.
They're coming.
I have never seen this. What is happening? It's like, what are you doing to me? I'm confused. I need an adult. I honestly need an adult right now. This is insane, but ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate this amazing moment, honestly, I don't even know what to say, but to celebrate this amazing moment, Santa Claus, Zerba Claus is coming to town. He's flying out with this and dropping out giveaways. So make sure that you are logged in on Warthunder.pro on the streams tab, and that you have the streams tab open. You don't have to the stream running, but you have to keep it open, and you can win some amazing prizes. Very shortly, the names of the winners should be scrolling down on the bottom of the screen, but this hasn't taken out a single tank yet. What is happening?
This is unbelievable, man. This is unbelievable, and they're actually winning. I can't believe it. Nobody's capped any cap circles yet.
Oh, this is amazing. The thing is, this actually lost almost as many respawns as Poltergeist did. But here's the thing: with this taking out this many aircraft, they can eliminate all the tanks on the ground
and all the planes.
They can do anything.
There's nothing they can do.
Oh, Angry Techman goes away as well. Oh, this is just amazing. This car is even crashing.
Oh my god!
Crashed.
Vertus just dropped a bomb under the bridge and killed X-Titan X.
Perfect bomb placement right there.
Unbelievable.
What is this? Am I dreaming?
I don't know anymore.
Did someone put drugs in my drink? I have no idea. 5 minutes into the game, nobody has capped yet. We've seen for the first time ever a complete aircraft loadout. What is happening?
I have no clue. What are we commentating here?
I don't know what we're commentating. This isn't tanks. This isn't Thunder League. This is aircraft. What is happening?
I don't know. I mean, Sean must be missing out on this match. He loves this, like...
I'm crying. I'm honestly crying.
I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh, one plane, no problem. But then suddenly 6L's just dropped in. These guys are absolutely insane.
I'm always telling you, if you want to watch a good fight, watch Dislike play. These guys are not the first place of Thunder Leagues right now without a reason. These guys just put up a show every single time. And I was commentating over this yesterday. Dislike is just completely unpredictable. You can never predict what kind of tactics these guys are going to use. And it stays true. It is staying true. These guys just... Who would have expected this?
I don't know. I have no clue what's even going. How can we commentate on this?
Well, here's the thing though. Dislike might have bitten off much more than they can chew because they are now falling apart. They've already lost 3 players. Given, Poltergeist has lost 3 players as well during this whole disaster. But Dislike is falling apart. Dislike is falling apart slowly but surely. Oh, Dazzle just got taken out as well. Dislike only has 2 players left now.
Yep.
Potato Land and Legolas. Finally, actually Legolas, did he even spawn in yet? Yes, Legolas spawned into a Tiger E. So finally, Dislike actually put some tracks on the ground. And Legolas spawns in Tiger E as well, which means finally they're going for the tank battle. But this is going to be problematic now because they have to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks. 2 of them are going to have to take out 5 tanks if they want to eliminate this Poltergeist here.
It's gonna be a hard one.
It might work. It might work. These guys are just amazing, but honestly, I have no idea what's going on.
Me neither.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, I feel so very sorry for you because you just missed the honestly best moment in Thunder League. I'm going to say this right now. Best moment in Thunder League 2015, 2016 ever. This was just absolutely amazing. But sadly,
spectacular.
Whilst it was an amazing show, I don't think it's working out for Dislike right now. They are falling apart.
Yeah, they just lost another Tiger E. They all spawn in Tiger E's as well, which is a very bold move.
Well, Tiger E is actually a good tank in this situation because you have that armor, which you need because well, let's be honest, they only have those two tanks left now. If Poltergeist takes them out, this is the first round 1 for Poltergeist.
I mean, and look at Poltergeist though. They're kind of hesitant. I think they're still trying to catch their breath after what just happened.
They are.
This was insane.
Actually, orange. Here's the thing. All right, so we are 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Points are halfway down for Dislike. Oh, but it's taking shots from the side. Flyber is in a very good position here, but I think the tactic of Dislike was taking out aircraft at the start, creating massive confusion. And after that, pretty much take out the best tanks that Poltergeist has. They took out those T-44s right at the start. And maybe the tactic was to take out the Tiger E's after to just seal club the T-34s. But they held down a little bit too long. Smokeball Shadow is now the only player left alive on Dislike, and he has no points, he has no caps, and Poltergeist is all over the map. Whilst it was an interesting tactic, it did not work out. And this is exactly the reason why you don't rely purely on aircraft to do the job. You have to have tanks on the ground.
You need to cap. But what I'm keen on seeing is, how is Poltergeist going to counter this? Because Dislike, as crazy as they are, they could repeat the same tactic. I mean, you have the element of the doubt. You can't, not take it into account that they could do it again. So Poltergeist, I think, might be the one to wait next match to see what actually Dislike spawns in.
But here are the mind games, because now Dislike has the advantage, because Poltergeist is confused. They don't know whether they're going to take tanks or aircraft next. So what might happen is that in order to counter a repetition of this first match, they're going to take out 2, 3, 4 Austrians and some LA7s, which means Dislike can just spawn into tanks and completely hold the map. We've seen this before. I think it was the match between Fink and Arcade, if I'm not mistaken, where Fink used Arcade tactics and went with aircraft, and they completely ruffle-stomped Arcade, and then Arcade got very scared and took out the anti-aircraft vehicles and another aircraft, and Fink just went for the tanks then. Dislike,
yeah, I mean, definitely yeah, they're crazy. They're absolutely insane. I know exactly what Sean's been telling me since the very beginning, because you two were the ones to do the first day, and Dislike was playing, and I know they created the giant, colossal comeback, and nobody expected it.
Oh, Dislike is going with a 2-minute break.
Interesting. Getting the tactics together.
This might be interesting. This might be interesting. Are they going to surprise us even more? I mean, honestly, this was the most surprising moment of Thunder League so far. Are they going to surprise us even more? Now, I would love to see a full team of Ostwinds.
It wouldn't be surprising. I mean, what these guys are capable of.
It would make no sense, but still, full team of Ostwinds, please. Or even better, full team of grocery stores. That would be amazing as well.
That, right from the start, that would be crazy.
And
if there would be no Ostwinds or planes in the air for Poltergeist, that would have been a complete instant elimination.
It was just amazing. Honestly, it was just amazing. It was a good fight. But it just didn't quite work out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, welcome to the first match of the last day of the Thunder League group stage. This is Dislike versus Poltergeist. Now, you are seeing correctly. Yes, Poltergeist is currently winning against Dislike. But Dislike has my heart for the most amazing display of just randomness I've ever seen. Dislike took out a full team of BF-19 G6s with rockets at the start of the match and just went ham on the Poltergeist's ground forces. It was just absolutely amazing to watch. But sadly, you can't just win by taking out aircraft. You have to have tanks on the ground. And Dislike did an experiment. It didn't work out. I'm expecting to revise the tactics now. We'll have to see. But anyways, if you're wondering what you can expect to see from these streams, well, the games today are going to be Dislike versus Poltergeist, which is going on right now. We're Dislike currently losing 1-0, but to be honest, I'm still betting my money on Dislike. Dislike is currently the top leading team of Thunder League. Poltergeists barely managed to get into the playoffs so far. They barely managed it in. They are in the playoffs, but they were very close to not making it. Now, the next match is going to be Dynamite versus Arcade, which is going to be an interesting one. Arcade so far hasn't really been impressing no one. Arcade is supposed to be it's actually the only sponsored team in Thunder League. They are Arcade is a esports team that's represented across multiple games. CS:GO, yep. League of Legends, Warthunder. You can see them everywhere. But, well, they didn't do so well in terms of Warthunder, so Dynamite might have the chance here, and especially if Dynamite chooses Poland. Oh, you know how the Poles play on Poland. Just absolutely amazing. And lastly, we're going to have Fink Squadron versus Verve. Now, Fink has been very strong so far, but sadly, they lost against Dislike. Well, sadly or good, if you're a fan of Dislike, which I am myself. Sorry, Orange.
Well, I mean, the best man wins. That's how the competitions go. That or the boldest, which, I mean, I still have my fate in Dislike. If not else, you know, I want to see as many matches right now, because if they keep doing what I've done so far, I'm entertained. Are you not?
Are you not entertained? This is the question here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to go to Warthunder.pro, go to the Streams tab and log in with your in-game account if you want to stand a chance of winning one of the following prizes. We are giving away Silverline boosters, research points, 3 days of premium account, 100 golden eagles, B49 E7s, M24 Chaffies, B51A Mustangs, Panther T5s and RBT5s. This is all for free. You do not need to have a dog tag, but buying a dog tag will add to the prize pool and increase your chances to win in these giveaways by 50%. And not only that, a dog tag will also give you some amazing stuff. So far, dog tag owners have unlocked new profile avatars, titles and decals. They have unlocked access to the E100 tournament. Now, the arcade part of the E100 tournament has already been held. The RB tournament is going to start within the next couple of days. So this is your chance to get yourself hold of a E100. You have also unlocked access to a 100% research point booster for the entirety of the Season 1 playoffs, meaning starting probably January 20th, you're going to have at least 2 weeks of just double XP and XP and XP and XP. And this stacks with your premium account and flying premium vehicles. So if you are currently grinding for jets or for top tier tanks, this is the moment to get yourself a dog tag. And we've also unlocked the all new Deathmatch Game Mode tournament. Have you ever felt like your team has just let you down? Let's be honest here, teams on War Thunder are random, to say the least, and you can't really rely on your team for anything. well, this is the game mode for you. Pretty much you don't have any excuse anymore. If you're one of those guys that just says, my team sucks, I'm the best player around. Well, now is your time to shine. You can finally show the world that you are indeed the best player around, because you are going to be you alone versus everyone else. There are no teams in this tournament.
No excuses for that one, yep. And, I mean, interesting enough, look, Poltergeist did actually hold off for a little bit, but other than T-44s and Angry Tankman, currently the only player in Tiger E, and 2 players missing on both sides, it looks pretty identical.
I guess you're holding off on seeing whichever team takes on an aircraft first. We've seen this before. These teams like to hold off on the last spawns at the start of the match because, well, if you're going to spawn all in, first you can't adapt to whatever tactics your enemy is going to use, and second, you also put yourself at risk to lose tanks that you shouldn't really have to lose. For example, if you spawn into a Tiger E at the start of the match and some B-409 just takes you out with rockets, that's a Tiger E gone. You cannot respawn into the Tiger E. That's a heavy tank, a very valuable asset for your team just gone.
Yep, now Mr. Salvatore is camping A point. He's got support from Flybear on the right and Titan on the left, and Hazen Bar are alone. They're going to have to get some help from Strelok, who's progressing behind, if they want to push this one.
Indeed, now these teams are fighting over the A flag. And by the way, we are in Karelia, which is a rare map to see. Karelia is the oldest map in Warthunder ground forces. It was the very first map that came out with tanks when they first came into closed beta. Now, sadly, there is a glitch on this map, which I don't know has been fixed yet. But as far as I'm aware, bombers can't actually spawn in the air on this map. They have to spawn on the airfield, which means, in order to combat that, both teams have to agree to play on Karelia. And it seems like both Poltergeist and Dislike like to see this map, so gladly we are seeing Karelia. Now, this map has some interesting tactics. Definitely the most important flag to hold is the A flag. From the A flag you can completely oversee the lines that connect B and C. However, the A flag is also very exposed. Because there is a spawn right behind it, it's very easy to get flanked on this map.
Yep. And what we haven't seen so far is, I mean, I'm going to call them weird tactics, you know, a bit of alternate tactics, for example, of going for B or C. It's always been A and the native point next to your spawn.
Indeed, it can work out going for B and C, because once you cap them, it's actually quite easy to defend them. But at the same time, you have to get there first. That's the problem.
Now, Poltergeist off to a good start here. They've lost 1 tank to 3 tanks from Dislike. And looks like we have another round of giveaway. So if your name is on the bottom of the screen, make sure you check your in-game account. You might have won something something handy. Maybe a milk tank with 250 kilogram rockets, or perhaps the Panther TV, or some Silver Lions boosters.
Oh,
everything's nice.
You see that name? Kampfwespe. I really like that name. Do you know what that means?
Kampfwespe. I mean, Kampf is war, battle. Vespa, nope. Maybe an animal?
Is wasp.
Oh.
So basically we have a combat wasp, which is even more terrifying. Why would you choose such a name? Jesus.
Evil Germans.
Ah! Now concentrate on the ground here. Poltergeist's holding is actually very strong. I don't know what's going on with Dislike right now, but they are not playing very good on the ground game here.
Nope. It looks like they're more into planes today.
Most of the team has already lost a respawn. This Poltergeist still has only lost one vehicle so far. Now, although we can't be too critical because we've seen Dislike play like this before. I mean, come on, this is Dislike. This is Dislike. They are used to lose the first 2 matches and then just completely turn the page completely around on the enemy team. We've seen this twice so far. So this is still all open. This is still completely open.
I think that the problem for Dislike is that they've been pushed back into the spawn point after trying to make an offensive on A. And A is such a good point because you have, you know, you can oversee both of the spawn points as well as both of the actual caps. So it's going to be very hard unless they're completely coordinated and have great teamwork.
Now, Poltergeist holding is very strong. I'm actually surprised. Poltergeist isn't exactly the strongest team around now.
Oh, that was fantastic! Strelok pushed forward, he eliminated Flybear, and then Bar took down Mr. Salvatore, who was pushing forward to get Strelok. They turned it around.
They might still turn it around, indeed. It seems like Strelok is coming up from behind and just about to decap this A flag. Now, Impressive is in trouble here. As Dazzle from behind, Denixo in the front. And it does not seem like he has even seen Dazzle. Oh, impressive. Oh, impressive. Look behind you.
Uh-oh.
Surprise! Straight into the back of the turret. That's a headshot. Now, Scrooge McDuck is in trouble here as well. He has some support coming up from his teammates, from the spawn, but Dazzle is in T-34-85 and he can't intercept him. At least hold him off a little while, whilst the Nixo takes care of him.
I mean, if he pushes forward for Strelok, he's going to get taken out with Nixo. Go for the Nixo and Strelok is going to flank around. It's a one-way game. I don't think he wants to take the chances here because that frontal armor of the T-34-85 is, well, it's decent. It can bounce if you have a bit of luck and angle it, but most of the time it's going to go straight through.
It depends on where you hit. I think in this later mod, the T-34, the driver set is actually reinforced. It's actually about 70 millimeters thick, which, given with that angle, is about 100 millimeters of effective armor, which is very, very good. But the rest of the hull is only about 45 millimeters thick at all sides. And yep, Flybird just demonstrated it perfectly. 45 millimeters of hull armor at this tier, not exactly armored. You might as well not take any armor at all.
Yeah, Strug just sniped Angry Tankman to the side of the turret, and he is out. Poltergeist is now slowly starting to fall apart.
Now,
they're off to a great start.
Poltergeist was off to a great start, but at the same time, I'm not exactly sure why Dislike isn't capping this A flag. I mean, they could put some pressure on Poltergeist, because it's still not guaranteed that they're going to win this by elimination.
Yeah.
And look,
I don't know. I feel like Dislike is playing with us a bit, you know?
I think they are. I think they are playing a bit with their food, which is... it can work, but at the same time it's very, very cocky. We've seen this tactic before, and if you get too confident, the enemy team can very, very well take advantage of that. Because, remember, Poltergeist has improved. Poltergeist has improved a lot. We've seen them play yesterday, and they actually played very, very, very well. So, Dislike cannot underestimate them.
Yeah, I mean, Dislike so far have come up as you know, perfect show business teams, you know, stuff that makes our commentating job just a joy, because they keep bringing out tactics that we've never seen before, stuff that you don't expect. That first match, 7 planes, I've never seen that in my life, and it made my day.
It was amazing. Oh, if only it had worked. If only it had worked. In a perfect world, they would have taken BF on the 9s. Each took out 1 tank, then go back to base, reload, all come back together with the Valkyria theme song, just riding together like a squad with smoke and everything, tricolored smoke.
Oh, I'm still waiting for that bloody tricolored smoke. We gotta get to 40,000. I would love that. You know, people love chasing me as a YouTuber, love chasing Mark as a YouTuber. Why not bait for your team? Put 3 orange smokes on there. They're bound to follow you.
That's calling basically for a lot of attention.
Yeah,
even better would be if Gaijin could implement that you could actually write stuff in the sky with your smoke.
Look at Bar though. He's being a little mountain goat going around on top of that bunker.
Wait, that was a horse. No, look at this. He's just flanking around.
He's flanking around.
He's just playing, but oh, he has to watch out though. Behind him is a lot of Poltergeist guys. He's just...
I don't think Titan next sees him though.
I don't think he did. He's like a sneaky mouse. Bai's like a sneaky mouse. Look at this.
Yep. He's like, surprise! Surprise!
Oh,
he takes a heavy hit.
The engine, both are on fire. Who's going to put the fire out first? That's the question here.
I think neither.
Oh! Titan waited and Bar is down. Bar is down. Now Titan... He did put out his fire just in time, but did take some major damage to the engine though. Although, interestingly, his crew is fine. His crew is completely fine, so he's just taking this time to reload. And Dislike is falling apart yet again.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, Strelok is not the only one offending, and Potato Land is coming with a BF9 G6, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
It's only BF9 though. They can only take out 1 tank at best. I'm telling you, if they had kept earlier, they could have at least had the point advantage right about now, but...
Yeah.
It doesn't look too well. It does not look too well. Now, Potato Land should have spawned it into a Flying Grocery Store, to be honest, because that would have made much more difference. But Strelok is now coming in. Potato Land is supporting him. Can they take out something? And... Oh, did Potato just miss his rockets then?
Yeah, but I mean, at least Strelok took down Titan next, so it's now 2 versus 1. He's got slightly better chances, but
still, he's in trouble now. Oh, look at this. This is not good. T-34 takes a shot. His turret is down. impressive coming up from behind. Strolok, you better have installed a teleportation device because you're just about to be killed.
Ouch.
Potato
Those two
Land
rockets
now.
from Potato Land should have hit, and then he would have had a chance. Now, 2 versus 1.
It's too late. It's too
Yep.
late. Poltergeist just completely took this map, and Potato Land know it. He just
Bails
suicide.
out. Yeah.
He just went lumberjacking. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you are enjoying this stream so far. We are seeing Dislike versus Poltergeist, and if you just tuned in, I am so very sorry that you missed that first match, because Dislike, while they lost, they are still winners in my heart, because they took out a full roster of aircraft on the first battle, which was just absolutely amazing to see. Now, if you want to win stuff by watching these streams, all you have to do is go to Warthunder.pro and log in on, well, with your in-game account. This is all you have to do. You don't have to have the stream running. You can pause the stream, go back to Twitch, chat with the guys over there. You can pop out the Twitch chat as well and drag it over to the Warthunder.pro streams tab. This is also the possibility. Or you can just not watch the stream at all. Although, what would the point in that be? I mean, this is amazing. Why are you not watching the stream? Are you... Do you not like to be entertained? Is this what this is about? Now, Wrench, tell me. It's currently 2-0 for Poltergeist versus Dislike. Poltergeist, one of the bottom teams in the standings right now, and Dislike being the top team. Do you think Dislike can turn this around, or is Poltergeist going to go with a 3-0 win here?
I mean, Poltergeist is off to a good start. Definitely better than Dislike. But I think, I mean, if we're going back to that whole mental play, you know, the past 2 matches could have simply been them testing how Poltergeist would reply to their aggressive tactics. And from what we've seen from Dislike, they are a team that loses 2 matches, and then comes back with 3 wins in a row. But with the advantage here, with Poltergeist picking the map, I don't know.
Now, here's the thing, though. Poltergeist chose Poland, and one thing I learned of Dislike in Poland is that, yeah, Dislike is strong on Poland, because we've seen this before. I think it was Dislike versus Fink yesterday, actually. Fink went with Poland, and in theory, it was the perfect map for Fink. Poland is just a map of tactics. There's always a defined tactic. You get A, you get B, you hold the map. If you lose B, you can take the C flag, force the enemy to go back to the C flag, and then take A from behind. We've seen this numerous countless times over and over and over again. And Fink Squadron is probably the most tactical team. Let's be honest here. They just know how to adapt, and they know how to apply tactics. Dislike. I do believe Dislike have tactics, but their tactics are very, very unpredictable. They beat Fink at thinking outside of the box. Honestly, the motto of Fink should be going to Dislike. Think outside the box, that's exactly what Dislike does. And they surprised us yesterday by beating Fink on Poland. So maybe Poltergeist didn't watch that stream, because they're going to have a hard time winning against Dislike on this particular map. But we'll have to see.
I mean, all I'm really waiting for is another 7-plane match. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for entertainment. And Dislike definitely brings it.
The thing is, if they take out 7 planes again, they are going to risk losing 3-0 against Poltergeist. I mean, it wouldn't really matter to them, because they would still be in the first place. Even if Fink wins against Verve, Dislike's still going to be in the first place, because Dislike beat a Fink Squadron.
Yep.
At the same time, you don't really want to have that reputation of being the first team and losing to pretty much the last team to get into the playoffs. This is almost like losing to a Kai Victory. Hey!
No pun intended.
Oh, Cube. Honestly, I feel sorry for Cube, because they did fight, but they lost against Akai Victory. Akai Victory, the team that never won a single match. And I'm not trying to bash him here. Honestly, I'm not trying to bash him here. I'm not called Sean. Eh? No, but the problem is, Akai Victory is just not a team that's...
I can hear you.
Oh god! Oh god! He's here! Well, Sean, go away. You're not scheduled for now. Go away. Go away.
We're not paying you for this. Go, sure. Go help Zerba out with the chat.
Now, Akai Victory is a team. It's not really a team. That's the thing. Akai Victory is a group of players who know how to play. They're definitely better than average players, but they just don't play together as a team. That's a major problem they have. Every other team does that, but somehow Cube did not make it against Akai Victory. And Cube is, at the moment, out of the tournament. Indeed, by Poltergeist winning the match they had yesterday against the Adler, they secured their position in the playoffs, which means Cube has to beat the top team of the, what's it called, the second division, the Summer League, or they are out of Thunder League, which is not something you want to see, especially since we have a lot of people who like Cube in the chat. Every time the Cube played, we had a Cube spam wall.
I mean, I can't blame them, you know, the majority of our viewers are from America and Europe, and only having, well, we have technically five countries. Oh my god, Vertus is Honor coming straight with rockets there. What I was saying was, we have Think as a European squadron coming from all around Europe. We've got, you know, Dynamite from Poland, we've got Verve from Belarus, and then there's Cube from America. The rest of the teams are Russian. And people might think there's too many Russian teams. The fact is, it's a Russian game. Russians are competitive, and not that many teams that actually managed to get into Thunder League because there wasn't time. They didn't have the time to actually contest, and so they couldn't get into the actual Thunder League. So hopefully when Season 2 or Season 3 or Season 25 starts, we're going to be seeing more teams and from all around the world.
Actually, you know, Orange, what I'm really hoping for is that this Season 1 of Thunder League is actually going to expose the esports scene in Warthunder to a broader audience. Hopefully, you guys at home, if you're good players, I strongly suggest you do actually get together with some other players and try and create your own squadron and get into Thunder League. Because you can win money with this. I mean, as it stands, I think the top team, whoever wins the Thunder League is going to win like $12,000 divided amongst the team. That's at least $1,000 per player for playing War Thunder. I mean, if your mother always tells you to get off the computer because you're never going to get a life like this and never going to win money like this is a perfect opportunity. Make an esports team. Get yourself together with some friends, train, get into public matches, get yourself noticed, and maybe we are going to see you in Season 2 of Thunder League.
And there's no way of saying, you know, how far things are going to go. We could see, you know, just purely tank matches. It could change into play matches. It could go into the team deathmatch mode. No one knows.
Well, team deathmatch, well, essentially just without caps, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be interesting though.
I would like a free-for-all tournament to see who's the best player in War Thunder. That would be interesting.
Although you have to, you know, have to put a little think into it so that there'll be no abusive ways of winning. But yeah, giving all the players the same plane, you could. Well, same tank for that reason.
Now it seems like Zerba Claus is back. We have another round of giveaways coming in, and the names are scrolling down on the bottom of the stream right now. So if you see your name amongst the lucky winners, go and check out your in-game account. If you are currently playing War Thunder, just log out and log back in or exit the battle. The trophy opens on a trigger. Now, Orange, we are seeing some interesting tactics here. Just like actually gave the B flag to Poltergeist. Can this be something that he can work with, or might this be the demise of Dislike yet again?
I don't think so. I think that the past couple of matches we've seen, players have went and stopped taking B flag as a mandatory flag. Poltergeist went with a classical B and A, but two of the tanks going for A were eliminated by the BF-109s. That left it open for Dislike, and they've now completely secured the city. So Poltergeist needs to mount an offensive on either A, which is going to be hard to do because they're running out of tanks, or try to flank around to C. But that one's risky and going to take a bit of time.
Now, here's the thing about Poland. Whilst the two flags in the city are easy to reach from one another, they're closer, they're also much harder to defend because there's just so much cover in between those flags and no direct line of sight. What we've seen so far is the best tactic is to take B and take A, because from B, you can just essentially spawn camp the enemy spawn, especially if you have A. That's two flags you have and you can just completely hold them down from one another. However, A and C, if you lose your flank on C, the enemy team can easily take it. And once they take C, that means you have to dislocate your teammates from the A flag, go to C, and then the enemy can take that and take the A flag and just completely shut it out. We've seen this countless times before, so I believe that this lag is strong enough, but at the same time, Poltergeist is not just sitting on their behinds. Look at this, Flyber is currently flanking around. First time we actually see Flyber going around the lake here.
It's an interesting tactic, but he's going to expose his sides to Thundertaker. That's an 8 point. It's a long way around the lake, you know, to get back into the spawn. And hell, if one of the Dislike members dies, he might respawn right behind Flybear.
True, but at the same time, Undertaker can't really do much from here, because if he moves forward, he's going to get shot by Impressive over on the shore of B.
But
So
the same thing, doesn't really need
to.
to. He's got a cap circle. You know, he's running out of points, so he doesn't need to move technically. Until somebody forces him to.
However, what can very well happen is Poltergeist taking out an aircraft and taking out Sterling for 2, which leaves the C flag essentially open for Scrooge to take.
Yeah,
However, I gotta say,
it's an option.
it is working so far for Dislike. Dislike has only lost 2 vehicles so far. And Poltergeist has already lost 2 players. Now remember what I keep on saying. For the past couple of streams, I've always repeated this. Domino effect. The more tanks or aircraft you lose, the more players you lose, the more tanks you are going to lose. Because Fun League is all about team play. One tank alone can't make it. You have to cover all of your line of fire and have support. If you don't have support, your tank is as good as dead. And the less teammates you have playing at the moment, the less support you have. Now, the situation in the city is still looking very good here. Poltergeist isn't really advancing the city. Strelok is putting some very effective fire into... Oh, well, never mind. Strelok just got taken out.
By Flybear, who just spawned in.
I won! I won!
What?
Finally, I won!
Before it's not the RBT5.
Oh, praise the great Godzilla. Thank you for this amazing gift. Hopefully, I can finally get myself an RBT5. Great Godzilla. I honestly, I have sacrificed tons and tons of cabbage. And now I'm finally getting something. Oh, this is amazing. This makes me happy. This makes me very happy. Guys, this is just Fun League for me. It's done. It's done. I'm happy. I'm okay. I can quit now. Bye.
Mike's gone. Look at Flybear though. Flybear and Scrooge McDuck going for C point. They're gonna try to turn this around. And they're gonna have at least 10 seconds before the Nixo can reach them. Although, ooh, we've seen this before. He's waiting.
And I'm back.
Oh, he's waiting. Look at the Nixo.
The Nix is waiting, but the thing is, Flybear is going to get into the cap zone before the Nixo can get a shot at him, which means they're going to stop the bleeding. They're going to stop the ticket bleed. Right now. And Flybear is aware that the Nixo is there. He's not dumb.
Yeah, and there's one more thing that's coming. Sticky Sugar. The grocery store is on the way.
Indeed, Poltergeist spawned into these flying grocery store, which means the Nix and Bar have to move. If they stay stationary, they're going to get bombed. Now Flybear is doing very, very good here. He is not moving any inch further than he has to. He's side scraping, trying to get into the cap zone to cap the points, which is exactly what he's doing right now. Bar has no chance of shooting at him.
He's in it just with the right track, just to make sure that he doesn't get hit. This is tactic, this is strategy.
It's
Although Scrooge McDuck is now alone against 2 tanks.
Now he is safe from Ba. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing here. He should be holding the flank for the Nixo, because having 2 tanks face off against the front of 1 is not a smart tactic. Oh, he side onto the Nixo. Scrooge! Scrooge, pack your ass! No, what are you doing? The Nixo is very... Oh, I know what they're doing. They're waiting for Sticky Sugar.
Yeah, but the problem is... Oh, Ostwind!
Did he drop bombs? Yes, Sticky Sugar dropped bombs. Ba is down.
Takes them.
Ba, oh no! Yes, Ba is down. Ba is down. Sticky Sugar did take out Ba, but Scrooge McDuck got taken in the meantime, and so did the entire offensive from Poltergeist. The CF is now back in safe hands.
It was a good try, but not enough. I mean, the problem with Sticky Sugar was against an Ostwind in the spawn point, and Verdes in the BF1 G6 was coming straight into a head-on pass. He couldn't have done anything.
I'm just reading the chat right here. Everyone's spamming Marcus Boom is a winner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank my mother, I'd like to thank Godzilla, and I'd like to thank Leonardo DiCaprio for never winning an Oscar.
Year 2025, he still doesn't have an Oscar. It would be about time, though.
The thing is, he's always beat in movies, but let's not talk about Oscars here. We are in Fun League after all, and it seems like Poltergeist is falling apart. They only have 2 players left now. Both of these players still have all their respawns. They still have an extra respawn, but... Oh, Angry Techman took an Ostwind. Is that a smart tactic? I don't know. An Ostwind versus 2 T-44s?
Yeah, and that's a damaged Ostwind with 3 crew members down. Against a team that still has most of its players, 2 cap circles, and plenty of tickets to spare.
1 shot and this Ostwind is down. Now, if Angry Techman just died, which means he can now spawn into a bomber or something, but it's too little too late. The points are running out. Dislike has pretty much a full team still left. They've only lost 1 player. They've only lost the team captains, Relic 32. Everyone else is fine. They don't care. It seems indeed like Dislike is using their famous old tactic. Let the enemy win 2 matches, fake that they are not in their best shape, and then just take it back completely.
Take away their morale.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, welcome to Thunder League. This is currently the 3rd match between Dislike and Poltergeist. Poltergeist currently leading 2-0, but we are about to see 2-1. It seems like Dislike is coming back, finally, and we've seen them do this before. Dislike is just a team of comebacks. Just plain old comebacks. Now, Orange, what is your opinion on these matches so far? Did you expect this?
The last 2 matches, kind of. That first one, definitely not. Now, Mike, we gotta know, what did you win?
I won a 40% Brewster research point booster.
My sincere condolences to you.
But why?
At least you won something.
But there's no use to me. I don't need this. I want an RBT5. This makes me sad. I'm going to cry in the corner now. I'm just going to cry in the corner.
Oh, poor Mike.
Rest in peace is me. I can just see... Now, the Twitch chat is on a 2-minute delay. This stream is on a 2-minute delay. So, in about 2 minutes, we're going to see the Twitch chat just completely making fun of me. I can already foresee.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
I guess I just didn't sacrifice enough cabbage to the mighty Godzilla. I have to get more. Maybe I can still win again. Maybe. I mean, we still have plenty of matches coming up and plenty of giveaways, which, wink wink, is also a chance for you to win more prizes. You guys at home, yes indeed. If you aren't yet, log into Warthunder.pro and be on the streams tab. And if you're lucky, you can win a 30% research point booster like me. Who am I kidding? Well, at least there's no bias here. You can see I've been here literally every single day except for Christmas. I've been here every single day and I've won 2 trophies with on the Golden Eagles and research point booster. Alright.
It's completely luck-based. It's random. RNG at its finest.
That makes me sad.
I won an RBT5 with my first giveaway.
Get out of here! Leave now!
Oh, he's gonna keep taunting you for the rest of the night.
Yes, yes. Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean. I'm going to find you. And I'm going to ram your RBT5. I'm going to take my mouse and just flatten it like a pancake. By the way, a video coming up. I did do some recordings with Sean and I still have to record this stuff. But we did test out the explosive radius of those 250 kilogram rockets. And surprisingly, they are not exactly bombs. They're quite heavy, but they don't have much of an explosive radius.
Interesting.
Yeah, like from what I learned, they work kind of like essentially like a big explosive hammer rather than, you know, your regular aircraft bomb. And the splash damage is not what you would expect from like 250 kilogram bomb, because you have to understand bomb only has this metal shell, has a detonator, and most of its mass is explosives. But a rocket, you know, it has, in addition to all these things, it also has it has fuel, has solid fuel, you know, that it uses to travel. So, you know, that's about 30% of the mass. So that bomb is actually much smaller than, you know, its 250 kilogram mass that is written in the specs.
That's true, but at least the thing still has decent penetration. I mean, you can take out a mouse in one shot. You have to hit it. You have to hit it. But once you do, unless you hit the upper frontal plate, if I'm not mistaken, we did the testing. The upper frontal plate of the mouse can actually withstand a 250 kilogram rocket.
Yeah,
so
but
it all depends on when you hit.
But if you hit it in the gun mantlet, for example, or like the explosion will just basically go downwards from the gun mantlet, through the radiator, and we'll just kill everything there. And same thing, if you shoot it underneath the mouse, also it's an instant kill.
It's basically like a KV-2 shell, just oversized.
Yeah, just basically like a bigger KV-2 shell. Yeah, that's what it is.
Now, thank you, Sean. It seems like you are very very eager to finally get to comment it, but you have to wait your turn. You're going to go up next with me.
I know. Come on, we're in a break. I mean, it's fine.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, welcome to Fun League. We are currently witnessing Team Dislike versus Poltergeist. Yes, the scores are right. The best team in Fun League is currently losing against the... Actually, what's the position? I think they're the second to worst. Well, they are still in the playoffs. Poltergeist is not exactly the best team around, but they are still very good. No offense here.
They're number 7 at the moment. 8 plays, 3 wins, 5 losses, which puts them just ahead of their Adler that has 1 more loss.
Indeed. The Adler lost against Poltergeist yesterday. So yeah, Poltergeist pretty much took the spot from the Adler. But the Adler is still in the playoffs as well. They're all in the playoffs. They're all very good team. But actually, if Poltergeist wins this match, they can actually catapult themselves in front of Arcade and GOF. Or at least tie with them in points, which would be not too bad. Not too bad whatsoever.
They've progressed a lot lately.
Now, we are waiting for the next match to start, and it seems like it's going to be Ash River.
Interesting choice. That's dislike turf.
Everything is dislike turf.
Okay, except for maybe Eastern Europe GOF, but it'll be interesting how they counter that.
Now, Ash River is an interesting map in itself. It is similar to, I would say, Normandy, in that it has 3 major lines of engagement, but of course completely different. In Normandy, you have a town, which is considered urban combat. In Ash River, I actually don't think you have any houses in Ash River. You don't. Ash River is completely just rocks and mountains and elevations and hills and whatever. Pretty much Ash River has 3 different zones of engagements. You have the A flag up on the plateau, which is kind of a just separate map in itself. If you can get the A flag, you can just completely suppress the entire middle zone where the B flag is and that lower area there. But you have to have a attack with good gun depression there. We've seen this before. These teams like to take out T-44s, T-34s a lot, but the problem with those Soviet tanks is that the gun depression is just very, very bad. So it's no use having a good tank and a good gun if you can't get your gun targeting the whatever you're shooting at. So I like to take out something like the M4A3 Jumbo, for example. That thing is awesome turret armor, awesome gun depression. It can just sit on that hill all day, every day, and just snipe whatever is going for the B flag. Now, the B flag is sort of in an island. It's hard to access, but once you have it, it's quite easy to defend. You have lots of cover on the B flag. It's hard to get there if the enemy has the A flag, but if you have both the A flag and the B flag, you're in a very, very strong position. And finally, we have the C flag, which is, again, just a map on its own. It's in the lowest point of the map. It's like in a valley. It's easy to get to, but hard to get out of. And it's hard to defend as well, because there's nothing really covering that flag. It's kind of a death zone, which is why the teams generally don't go for the C flag. So far we've seen C is the last flag taken, always. It's just like the middle child that nobody wants.
Now dislike, oh, yeah,
They've taken too many players. They've taken too many
we
players.
might have
That's
to
a
restart
penalty.
it, although that could be either 10 demerit points or they're going to have to restart the match. I don't know what they're going to do.
Johnny K did go out in time, but that's definitely going to be demerit points for them.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. That's actually the first demerit points, if I'm not mistaken. So they are not going to suffer any penalty for that just yet. Actually, the team that has most demerit points is Verve Gaming. Yes, indeed. Verve has currently 20 demerit points, which means if they do one more mistake, they're actually going to concede a match, if I'm not mistaken. 30 points, you concede a match. At 50 points, you are kicked out of Runner League. You can actually be disqualified.
It would be unfortunate now, a last match, so you gotta be careful.
Now, as I was saying, none of teams went for C. Dislike is currently going for A and B. Now, the air offense of Dislike did hold back Poltergeist from going onto the A flag. Poltergeist spawned in with 2 Ostwinds. It seems like they were predicting another air offense by Dislike, but 2 Ostwinds might be a little bit too much. The thing about the Ostwind is, it's a very good anti-aircraft vehicle, and it can take out T-34s, because T-34's hull armor is just, let's be honest, it's just absolutely abysmal. But at the same time, it's not exactly the strongest tank around. If you face a T-44 or a Tiger from the front, you are dead meat.
It's not an ideal tank on this map specifically because, I mean, there's a lot of lookout points, but I don't think you'll be using an Ostwind to long-range snipe. Although, me and Sean have seen a couple of situations where a T-25 was eliminated by an Ostwind across the map. So it's not impossible, but not very likely either. Now, strong start for Disliked. 2 cap circles, A and B.
They definitely got their head back into the game. It was all fun and games taking out all this aircraft in the first battle, but they want to win now. They do not want to win against Poltergeist, and it seems to be working. Poltergeist is down 2 respawns so far, Dislike 0. Actually 1. Well, Johnny K did spawn in, so that's not exactly a death. So far, Dislike doing very, very strong. They have the cap advantage, they have the tank advantage, and they have the position advantage. They're just perfectly positioned to hold out everything here.
With the Knicks are trying to put some shots into the Tiger not working too well. It's a tough target to hit.
However, the Tiger is... The thing about German tanks is they are very good at long range. That's what they were built for. Tiger, the Panther, they have all very fast muzzle velocities in their guns, good penetration, and heavy armor. At the same time, though, they're not exactly made for close combat. If you get surrounded by T-44s in your Tiger, you're pretty much dead meat. You have to keep some distance between you and your target, which makes it very hard to use them in these kinds of tournaments, because you have to get up close if you want to cap the flags. It's good. It's good once you have to keep the flag and you can defend it from long range. Then the Tiger becomes the best tank in the game, pretty much. But until you have the flag, the Tiger is at a disadvantage, to put it lightly.
Yeah, now let's see how Dislike is going to counter this, because the Nixon Hayes are now alone against 2 T-44s, a Tiger and an Ostwind.
Now, so far, not much happening. I would expect Poltergeist to send at least 1 tank to the C flag to at least slow down the ticket bleed, but nobody's interested in C. Look at it, they don't want C.
No, even Bahu's close enough to go.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's in the perfect defensive position here. Look at this. He can just snipe Dislike guys from into the spawn. He's pretty much spawn camping them.
The thing is that Dislike still has 2 planes in the air, so they don't want to take the chances of leaving Undertaker alone at B, because Titan X is pushing forward. Salvatore should be following soon, and they need to protect A at all costs.
Indeed, Ba is currently the only one holding Titan X from flanking Undertaker. But at the same time, even if Ba dies, Undertaker only has to worry about Titan. So from the front, he's going to have an advantage, because Titan is going to have to expose his lower glacis in order to get up that hill to the B flag. And in doing that, first, because he's in a Soviet tank, he's not going to get his gun on target, and second, he's going to get shot at by Undertaker. So far, Dislike is in a very, very strong defensive position here. But, ladies and gentlemen, Zerba closes at it again. Now, Orange, why don't you tell these guys how they can participate in these giveaways?
Well, all you have to do is log in to the Warthunder.pro, and you don't have to watch the stream there. You don't even have to have it open, but if you want to use Twitch chat, have 2 tabs, simple as that, and you have chances of winning plenty of nice little things. The RBT5 tank that Mike wants, the 40% RP booster that he got, some Lion boosters, you got some premium camouflages, you got the Chaffee with the added APCR ammo, you got the Panther T5, also known as the Panther Television, as nicknamed by the chat, and well, me, who keeps forgetting how Roman numbers are read. There's also the premium P51A Mustang with an improved engine performance, brilliant plane, lovely camo, and I believe there's one more vehicle, but it keeps slipping out of my mind. Yeah, the BF19 E7U2 with the added protection.
Orange, why you do this? Why are you so mean? I carry every team.
It's only RNG, comrade.
It seems like Filzomet is just the luckiest bastard around. He won yesterday and he won again today. Filzomet is one of the esports players. I'm not quite recalling which team he's playing for, but we see.
I would. I'd say that's the main player that won GOF all their matches on Eastern Europe. It's the camp behind the house guy.
There you go. GF, which is actually not... Oh no, GF is not going to play today. They lost against Dynamite yesterday. Unfortunate. But at least compensation prize. Hopefully you get 100 golden eagles as well.
And speaking of losing, it's not looking good for Poltergeist here. They're surrounded by A. I mean, A is open for capture, but nobody's moving into position. B is going to be hard to breach for Titan X. Their best bet is Charlie, but only now is Scrooge McDuck making a run for it. Might be a bit too late.
They waited too long. They just waited too long. They left Charlie just for too long of a time. They were trying to go for the A offensive, but Dislike just held that flag completely down. Oh, there's another esports player.
Yep.
Atelier also won.
Unbelievable.
Rigged. I'm calling right here. Illuminati confirmed. Orange is Illuminati confirmed. I'm actually surprised that you didn't win all those.
I'm still waiting for the second win.
Also, I have more wins than you.
Yeah,
but
you
what
have
did
2
you
or
win,
3.
though? What did you win though?
I got the Chaffee.
You bastard!
It's not a premium though.
It's still a nice tank. It's still a nice tank though. Well, it doesn't really help you out much. You are not a big tank fan, are you?
No, I'd love a plane. I would love to be up on E7.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one. But it seems indeed like the game is just about to end. Dislike evening the scores against Poltergeist. Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently 2-2. And what?
Third player, are you kidding me? And this one from Think. Uber Eats, unbelievable. Come on.
One giveaway, 3 esports players won. These guys, honestly, what is happening? And I bet you, every single one of them is going to get an RBT5. Just rub it in my face. Just watch the chat. I know that Bushik is in the chat quite a lot. I can just feel it. He's going to just rub it in my face in 2 minutes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we are going to Berlin. As per the rules, if both teams are on 2-2, the tiebreaker is going to Berlin. Which means bad news for Poltergeist, because Berlin's not one of those maps that Dislike just knows how to play.
No, it's going to be a problem for them. I'm interested. Is it going to be A and C, A and B, B and C, or is it going to be 7 planes again? It's anyone's guess.
It's actually, yeah, this is actually the question here. Are they going to go for elimination, or are they going for capping? Now, Berlin is a complicated map. Definitely the most important flag to hold is the C flag. Especially if you're spawning on the southern side. If you capture the C flag, you can spawn camp the enemy and hold them off from advancing to the rest of the map. At the same time, if you only have C and don't cap A or B, you're kind of screwed. Now, if you cap both B and C, then you're in a very, very strong position to just hold off the entire map for the entire game. At the same time, I'm not thinking that this is going to go the boring way. I'm sure they could play it safe, they could go with the C cap and the B cap, they could just play it safe with the cap. But I think they're going to try and go for elimination here.
Yeah, they could.
Maybe a full team of flying grocery stores.
It would be a joy to watch, regardless of the outcome.
Okay, it seems like I'll have to change my name. Noif1988 in the Twitch chat just said, Mike Ghost said. Yep, that's my new name for now on. Isn't that right? The Orange Broom?
I've had so many people now message me, change names. The Orange Broom, the Orange Boom, the Orange Room, the Orange Door.
The Orange Door, yes.
There's an Orange Army becoming a thing.
Actually, that would not be a bad idea. Get the Orange Army. Start as a YouTube channel. Just get a fan base. And maybe invade the world. Then, well, Jan, you aren't exactly German, but you do speak German.
Ja, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen.
Invasion! Sauerkraut! Okay, maybe we should stop with the accent before we offend the Germans. Don't worry, I'm from Germany. It's okay, I was born in Germany.
And I love Germans, love their sense of humor. Not sarcastic.
Deutschland. Ich liebe Deutschland. Some of you probably
Ich liebe Berlin.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Now, are they delaying this a bit?
I think they're taking a break. The teams do have the chance to take a break between before the fifth match, to kind of cool their heads, go for a smoke, go for a bathroom break, or just get their heads and get some tactics in. Now, it seems like the game is starting in 5 seconds. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fifth match of the first battle of today. Dislike versus Poltergeist. This has been dragging out for a bit too long, I gotta say. Every time we have to watch 5 games, it's just over an hour of just massacre, and I still have to stay here. Now, Orange, you have the advantage that you are going to take a break before the third match, but I have to just keep at it. I'm running out of my voice here.
Well, it would be. Remember the very beginning, it was 3 hours in a row, and then there was a couple of matches with 4 hours in a row where, if there weren't 3 of us, we'd have to sit there, 2 of us, for 4 hours and just talk. It is hard for the voice.
That happened yesterday. That happened yesterday. Orange did take a break.
Yeah, I have to apologize for that. Yesterday, I was feeling sick. I actually thought I was going to be able to make it. Came home, nope. Headache. Just went to sleep. Just had to slap it over. Nothing I could have done.
Trust me, you made a great decision there, because yesterday was just a very tiring day. 4 hours. 4 hours. We were just running out of stuff to say. We had some technical issues as well. You had to restart the custom battle, wait for 15 minutes for one of the players from GF to be able to connect, and even then, he disconnected in the middle of the match. It was just absolute chaos. Now,
my ghost boosted.
God,
might be the best one yet. Look at the T-44 army, though. They're playing it safe.
Poltergeist Dislike did take out an aircraft, which is going to give them a slight advantage. Now, Poltergeist...
Oh, what a snipe from Strelok!
Straight into the ammo rack.
Oh my god. And we've seen this before. I know when me and... when Shaw were looking, it was in Poland, Strelok was actually long-range shooting against a Sherman and a T-25. And he was doing a damn fine job. That guy is a phenomenal long-range sniper, even in a T-44.
Nah, by the way, guys, what I was saying earlier about the giveaways, I was joking, okay? This is all random, don't worry, this is all random. Guys can win multiple times, you can win no time. It's completely random. This is how randomness works. If you know how it works, study maths.
It's the only way to make it fair.
Now, by the way, actually, let me clarify this. You can indeed win multiple times per day. You can only win once per giveaway, but in multiple giveaways. So, theoretically, you could win every single giveaway. Now, that would be a statistical marvel. That would be like winning the lottery, but it is possible. As well as not winning anything during the entire days. It's all completely random. Now back to the situation on the ground. Poltergeist actually going very strong here. They have the A and the B cap. Now, as expected, Dislike did go for the C flag, but didn't lose a single tag so far. Poltergeist did lose 1 respawn. Salvatore is now in T-34, lost his T-44 to the Amarak at the start of the match. So far, pretty even up, with Poltergeist taking the lead in capture flags, and Dislike having the air superiority.
I mean, if Poltergeist can kind of camp themselves in somewhere between A and B, it could be easy to protect that. But I mean, look at that. Titan is on fire right now. It's not looking too good. This light's going strong. We've got Strelok, the captain of this like pushing forward to assist on A. Diesel from behind. The Nixos exchanging shots.
It seems like your Orange Army is going to have a battle against the Squidonian Empire.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Squire will kill me. He will absolutely murder me. Oh, there goes the first tank for Dislike, the Nixo, killed by Flybear.
Which means this is actually quite interesting. Poltergeist is playing very, very strong here. Very, very defensive, very tactical. Which means Dislike is going to have to figure something out. Because if they don't move within the next 5 minutes, they might actually lose by points here. Now, it seems like Dislike is mounting an offense on the A flag. Oh, we've seen this before. Orange. Classic pincer maneuver.
Yep.
Strelok 32 holding off against Titan here on the A flag. Titan trying to hold him off, but we know how Strelok is.
I think if Titan falls, they all fall.
If Titan falls, you mean attack on Titan then? They have to do an attack on Titan.
I mean, Scrooge McDuck is in a very good position, so Strelok cannot really progress forward, but again, I feel like Poltergeist is playing a bit too defensively, and Dislike is going to start pressuring from C point. It's only a matter of time.
Now, interestingly, bar 93 on the C flag, he could have advanced a little bit more, and it seems like he's advancing now to provide some spawn camping action onto the Poltergeist spawn, but at the same time, he is in a bad position because there are a lot of Poltergeist guys just waiting for him to advance here. Poltergeist is covering all of their flanks, which is amazing. They know this.
But look at this, look at this. I mean, Flybear is now coming in to replace Titan X. Scrooge McDuck, who has a side shot on Strelok, cannot take it because there's Diesel and Legolas. I mean, it feels like Dislike is playing more of a tactical game than they did for the first 2 matches.
They are. And you know what? This might actually just beat the demise of Dislike, because I don't think they were expecting Poltergeist to play this strongly. Honestly, Poltergeist could have needed this before.
Yep.
Oh, Flower seconds of fire there. Not looking too good. It seems like the A flag is slowly falling. Strelok is advancing.
Oh, there goes Scrooge McDuck, eliminated by Diesel.
Just one less player for... As you know, all teams still have all of the players. Actually, the scores in terms of deaths are pretty even. Poltergeist have 3 deaths, Dislike have 2 deaths. But Dislike is now down to less than half of the points. Oh, but Strelok made it to the capture zone.
Yeah, he was set afire though by a Flybear.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. He is not exactly safe, but at least he's decapping, which means that he's going to buy his team some more time. Now, he just got taken out, which means Flybear can now advance, but Dazzle is also there, which means Flybear can't actually advance into the capture zone. Dazzle can cap this completely unopposed.
He just mustn't get eliminated, that's the goal here.
Oh, but artillery is dropping. We all know the random nature of artillery. If one of the shells hits Dazzle, this is over. But it seems like he survives. Dazzle survives the artillery strike, which means Flybear is in a bad position here. He's going to need some support from his teammates.
Yeah, they need to cap this and they need to hold it. Poltergeist does have a good offensive there. I mean, Sticky Sugar's behind, Scrooge is pushing forward. Flybear is still okay. Question is which team is going to support first?
Dislike is in a good position here. They have bar 93 now flanking around the Reichstag.
Okay, yeah, he's taking a bit of a scenery tour there.
Impressive what he is on the B flag, holding it very effectively. He could support Flybear. Actually, he doesn't even need to. Flybear did take out Dazzle. It was Sticky Sugar that took out Dazzle, which means Flybear can now advance into cap zone. Why isn't he doing it though?
I don't know.
It seems
he's
like,
moving now.
It seems like he's trying to long shot Haze Lol there. But he's losing time. He's giving Dislike the time to go back and mount the counteroffensive on A flag. I think these players are getting tired now.
I think they're getting a bit fatigued, yeah. This is not them playing, this is just tiredness.
But you gotta understand, these players have been playing Every Edge for over an hour now. I think we are, yeah, 1 hour and 15 minutes into playing. So even with the breaks, you can only hold your attention for this long. I mean, even I am finding it very hard now to concentrate on this.
Yep.
On this commentary, on this battle. It just tears down, it just wears down on you. And I can't even imagine the pressure that these teams are under. Even though both teams are guaranteed to stay in the Thunder League so far, it's still a battle about points. Poltergeist definitely do not want to be the 8th place. They don't want to stay in the 8th place because that's going to put them in a disadvantage later on in the playoffs. They have to get some points.
Now Bar is in a bad position here. He's got Scrooge McDuck behind him, Sticky Sugar across, and Flybear in the cap circle. He can't move anywhere.
Now,
Flybear's down. Flybear's down. Artillery strike from Diesel.
Lucky artillery strike, and just in time, because Dislike is running out of points. Sterling credit to the team captain is now again moving into the capture zone, which is going to stop the ticket bleed. And ladies and gentlemen, it seems like Zerba Claus is in for another round of giveaways. On the bottom of the screen, you can currently see the names of the winners of this.
Please my name.
I hope you get 100 gold eagles. But if you want to take part in these giveaways, all you have to do is go to Warthunder.pro, go to the streams tab and log in. You can then pause the Twitch stream. You can watch the Twitch stream over there. If you want to chat with the guys on the Twitch, you have to go to Twitch itself, because sadly we cannot have the chat over there. Although you could use the pop-out feature from the Twitch chat on Twitch and then you know what? Too complicated. Just go to Warthunder.pro, go to the streams tab and be logged in. This is all you have.
Mike, turn around. A's been capped. Bar just took down Scrooge McDuck. They could have this.
Indeed, and the Poltergeist is falling apart.
Oh, impressive. They just sniped their... Bar just blew up.
Orange, look at the team lists.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Dislike was waiting for. This is classic counterattack. Poltergeist down to 3 players, which means domino effect.
There goes the tiger. There goes the tiger.
Down
1 by 1.
Players. Impressive. Sticky Sugar and Angry Tankman currently the only hopes for Poltergeist. Now, if they can somehow miraculously take... Well, never mind. B is now being capped. This is going to be a triple cap.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last chance. You have to shout Poltergeist in the chat. Support Poltergeist or this is going to be over. And let's be honest here, it's still going to be over. Sticky Sugar tries to spawn into the flying grocery store, but can he make a difference? He could. Here's the thing. Dislike doesn't have any respawns left. Each player from Dislike that gets taken out now is going to die. Is going to be out of the match. So, if they are lucky and they hit their rockets, they hit their bombs, they can eliminate Dislike and then recapture. But is it enough? Is it enough? That's the question.
And there's Legolas in the Oswin. That's going to be the hard one. I mean, they still have a little bit of time because they've had a ticket advantage for this spot, but only about 20 seconds more of. Then the tickets are leveling out and starting to go into the favor of Dislike. Impress has just been eliminated.
When Segment takes some rockets and misses the rockets against the Ostwind. That's over. He could not afford to lose those rockets. Sticky Sugar is now getting shot at by the Flag Panzer and gets taken out. He
dropped bombs of Strelok, but takes them. But that's over. There are respawns, there are tickets. Dislike came back.
Unless Angry Tankman can somehow land his BF-9 in the capture zone. But nope, he gets taken out by the Ostwind. And this is over. Poltergeist got eliminated. Dislike takes the win, meaning a 3-2 win for Dislike, securing their position on the first place of the group stages. Congratulations to Dislike. They have shown some amazing matches during this group stage, and they have rightfully so taken the first place. We are going to see them back in the playoffs. Now, Orange, what is your analysis of this? It's just one last proof of what Dislike does.
you know, they make us think that they've just completely given up, and then they come back strong as ever.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly take a look at our current prize pool. We are at $32,150, which means all dog tag owners already have unlocked a plenty of goodies. Now, if you don't have a dog tag yet, do get it. I mean, what are you waiting for? For 10 euros or $10, you can currently get a lot of stuff. Honestly, it's actually worth it. It is actually worth it. Now, if we reach the $40,000 prize milestone, we are going to unlock the free colored smoke, which a lot of people want, including Orange. It seems like he's a masochist and he wants to fly around in free colored orange smoke and just have the entire team after him.
The Orange Army unite.
The Orange Army against the Squadronian Empire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next match is going to be Dynamite versus Arcade. Orange is going to be taken over by Sean, and he's going to be back in the last match for Fink versus Verve. So, you're going to commentate your own squadron, is that right, Tim?
Yep. I'll try not to be biased. Although at this point, really, there's only the slight repositioning in the group stage. It's not going to make a huge difference which team loses, but, you know, again, fingers crossed. For a good match,
that going to be the last match of the group stage, so still exciting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a break before the next match. Do make sure that you're tuned in Warthunder.pro if you want to win in the giveaways, and stay tuned for Dynamite versus Arcade. We'll see you soon.